All right, folks, it's Big Daddy Vince. I'm here at the church. I play plumber sometimes, so if you guys need to hire me, you let me know. I ain't cheap though, that's for sure. So this video is gonna be, it's gonna be titled, So You Want a High Efficiency Boiler, right? Everybody talks about these high efficiency boilers, that they're so friggin' great. In my opinion, they're the biggest pieces of shit that have been invented in a long time, and that the government lets this happen. I mean, the government's corrupt anyway, we all know that. They're all full of shit too, right? But they allow the consumer to be the research and development division of these large corporations, okay? And what I mean by this is a triangle tube boiler, but triangle tube, Lochinvar, Navian, you name the brand, all these high efficiency boilers are the same. They're all junk, okay? This is the second triangle tube boiler that we've put in this church. The first one lasted about 6 or 7 years. We didn't have a water filter system on that first unit, okay? Now we got a water filter system. Water filter, we get water treatment. That water filter, the filter itself, that's like a $3,500 install, filter, all that BS. And annual maintenance for this boiler for water treatment is about $900 a year, okay? $900 a year to get this thing treated with whatever chemical they put into it so it doesn't corrode the inside of the boiler. All right, you guys with me so far? So I don't know how much you save with these 90% efficiency boilers. If you got to spend $900 on maintenance and shit like that, right? But you see this box right here? This is a box of spare parts that I had to buy for this piece of shit, okay? And again, this is not a knock on triangle tube, because I think they're all junk. We had 4 Lochinvar high efficiency boilers at our other building that we have that failed within 2 years. Yep, folks, 2 freaking years, okay? So, the inside of these things, pretty common. Up on top, you got an igniter, flame sensor here, another flame sensor there, or whatever the frick they're called, right? But you got an exhaust sensor here, kind of sensing what temperature is at this level, what temperature is at that level, the igniter, okay? See these 2 parts right here? Okay? They look like spark plugs. Well, they're igniters for this boiler, okay? This one, okay, I changed about 2 months ago, maybe, okay? Maybe 2 months ago. Okay, here's the freaking bill of when I bought that, all right? So, this igniter here changed somewhere on or around 11/30 of 2021 or the first week of December of 2021. There's one of them. This was the replacement. So this igniter lasted 2 months, right? It lasted December. Now it's January 20, whatever the freak it is, here, Friday night, okay? So unless you're really handy and you know how to deal with these things, or you're a damn plumber yourself, I wouldn't advise you get a high efficiency boiler at all. Whatever you save in gas, you're definitely going to save in maintenance, okay? And then on top of that, you got to deal with engineers or engineers that put these things and build these things together, right? So you get an igniter, right? And the old igniter had Phillips head screws to keep it in there. I don't know if you can see that. But now you got the replacement that the engineer has got to put an Allen head on the bolt. Now, it's fucking 18 degrees tonight. It's freezing down here. I can't feel my fingers. I don't have an Allen set with me, right? Why in the world would an engineer make that an Allen head nut? Why? What is the purpose? Unfucking believable. I'm so pissed off with this shit. But here I got, by the way, these parts are sort of interchangeable. Kit 15, it's not the exact right part, but the igniter will work. This is kit 15. This is the igniter for it, right? If you could tell, this is kit 132, this one right here. And you can see that the mounting holes for the screws are different. This one's the right one, kit 132, for this triangle tube 399. And this one will fit in there, but you're only gonna be able to secure one of the screws, okay? So I got extra igniters here, right? Got another igniter here. I got another sealed igniter fucking here. Manual, as if I'm gonna do anything with that piece of shit. Here we go, flue sensor, right? Low water cutoff device, because that's another failure point for these lovely pieces of shit. And here is another igniter. Is this one used? Oh, this is, well, at least I could have that screw there, right? So I'm down to 2 igniters here, right? I guess one of those, yeah, I guess this is the original igniter. This is the replacement. And yeah, that makes sense, right? So I've used 2 of the igniters. This is an empty igniter box here. I've used 2 of the igniters, and I got 2 left. Getting all worked up about this, all pissed off over this shit, right? And I think with good cause. Because quite frankly, if we would have got a freaking regular 83% efficiency boiler, you know, we would have got one of those big guys. Yeah, we would have saved. We would have, first of all, we would have saved, if we got a regular efficiency boiler, we would have saved probably, you know, $12,000 on the install price. That's number one, the cost of the damn unit itself, you know? And number 2, we would have saved on maintenance. We wouldn't need water, filter systems and shit like that, water treatment on an annual basis, you know? And this unit's been replaced, man. This cost us out of pocket $20,000 to replace this piece of shit. This thing is $12,000. This is a $12,000 unit. Maybe we got it for like $9,000 at cost or something like that, but they did not cover it on the warranty because we did not have that water filter system. And man, so here I am. You know, here I am. Why am I here? Because the heat went out, that igniter failed, and I had to come here and turn the damn thing back on, right? And just frustrating, man. Just really frustrating. You know, that these companies get away with this shit. You know, they get away with you basically acting as their research and development team to fine-tune these things, man. And these boilers ain't cheap anymore. They're big bucks. And quite frankly, I think, you know, I mean, the government's not going to do jack shit about it, but you as a consumer should really beware if in converting to a high efficiency boiler. Bottom line is, if you have a standard efficiency boiler in your house, I recommend you stay with a standard efficiency boiler. Okay, if you have old radiators and piping, don't even think about getting a high efficiency boiler. Do not even think about it, okay? It's not worth it. And if you don't do this maintenance on your own, you know, if you can't change an igniter, I mean, changing the igniter is pretty damn easy, you know, and some of these other things, it's basically swapping out parts. It's not that big of a deal. But if you don't feel comfortable in doing any of that stuff, don't eat, again, man, whatever you save in gas, you're going to be saving, you're going to be spending on maintenance and added frustration. So that's that. Maybe I'm a little pissed off or I sound a little pissed off, and that's, I guess, because I am, man. I really am. I mean, this is, it's embarrassing too. You know, you spend all this money, and then you have a parish that says, hey man, how come the heat's not working again? We just spent, you know, whatever we spent, $20,000, $25,000 on this thing, and you mean it's not working? I mean, what's wrong? You kind of, it makes you look bad, man. It really does. So, and these guys, this manufacturer, Navian, Lockheed, they could give a shit. They could give a shit, you know, because again, you're their research and development team for free or for profit, really, on their side. So that's that. Rant over. Don't get a high efficiency boiler. Stick with standard efficiency until these things become a lot more reliable. And they're not. They are not reliable at all, in my opinion.